Hi, I'm Daniel from ligo.co.uk and this is the Panasonic KX-TGC260. The TGC260 is one of Panasonic's entry-level phones, so while it may not have all the bells and whistles of some of their more expensive models, we're going to take a look at how it performs the basics such as sound quality, range and usability. Panasonic have consistently impressed us in the past with their cordless phones and they get great feedback from our customers, so we're excited to see how this one performs in practice. So without further ado, let's take a closer look. Let's start out as always by having a look at the design of this cordless phone. Now, unlike some of Panasonic's designer phones such as their TGK range, as you can see the TGC260 is quite a conventional cordless phone. I have to say I do prefer the design of this to some other entry-level models from other brands like BT. It's quite a sleek and compact model, so it's good for the price. On the front, the top half of the handset has this gloss black finish to it with the screen, and the bottom half is matte black. I have to say I quite like that, as it means when you dial a number you won't get fingerprints all over the buttons if it was a gloss on the bottom half. The buttons are a normal size for a cordless phone, not quite as big as some other ones such as the Gigaset C575, although they are nicely spaced out, so it's still an easy phone to use. Comes with a monochrome display. The screen size isn't enormous, but then with a phone like this you only really need it to display the name and number at any given time, and that text is plenty big enough. It's also backlit as well, which makes the text a bit easier to see and read as well. As you can see, the base for the main unit is almost vertical, so it's really easy to see at a glance if you've got a new message on the answer phone machine screen here. You also got those answer phone controls on the base as well. It's really easy as well to just pop the phone back in. There's no risk of it not charging, and you find that the battery runs out when you're on a call because it just slots in neatly as well. And it's only a small thing, but I do quite like the design of the charging cradle for the additional handsets as well. It's quite a sleek one, again, given the price of this phone. So that's the design of the phone all out of the way, but what about the sound quality? Well, as always, we made multiple test calls before recording this video with the TGC260, both to other landlines and mobiles, to get a real handle of how it performs in practice. And I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised with the sound performance of this. I didn't really notice much difference between this and some Panasonic's more expensive models, so they certainly haven't compromised on the audio components when designing this phone. There's a speakerphone mode as well, which some entry-level phones can lack, so it's good to see here. And again, there's not really much dip in sound quality when you pop the speakerphone mode on, so if you like to take your calls that way, you'll still be able to hear what's being said and be heard on the other end nice and clear. There's an answer machine on the phone as well. Again, that's something some entry-level phones can compromise on, so it's good to have here. It's got an 18-minute recording capacity, which isn't the longest that we've come across, but it's not the shortest either by some stretch, and it's still plenty enough for most people. And the sound quality on the answer machine is fine as well. You won't have any difficulty understanding messages that have been left. You can access the answer machine both via the handsets and just on the base as well with these controls that I mentioned earlier. There's a built-in phone book with space for up to 50 contacts, which you can access using this button here, so there's no need to go through a menu to get to your phone book. If you've got multiple handsets, as I have here, then your phone book will automatically be shared across all of them, unlike Gigaset phones, where if you've got multiple handsets, you need to push the whole phone book to each one of those additional handsets manually, so the Panasonic has the edge there. The TGC260 also has some nuisance call blocking features. Now these are quite basic, you can only block up to 30 individual numbers or prefixes, but if you use the prefix function instead of individual numbers, you can stop quite a lot of nuisance calls that way. There's a one-touch nuisance call block button at the bottom here, press that, the last number will automatically be blocked. And there's also an anonymous call block as well, which our customers tell us in practice does tend to make quite a lot more difference than the actual number blocking anyway. So even though it's got a limited number you can block, you can still use it to cut down on a lot of nuisance calls. The TGC260 has the standard range for a decked phone, which is 50 meters indoors and 300 meters outdoors. This model can support up to 4 handsets in total. Some others go up to 6, but this one's just 4. But it is repeater compatible, which means if you want to get 4 handsets and space them all about your home, you can connect the base up to a repeater, which will then let you get up to double the range. So there we have it, the Panasonic KX-TGC260, a solid and reliable entry-level phone that gets all the basics right, making it great value for money. If you've got any comments or questions about this product, pop them below, and to get your hands on one of these for yourself, go to ligo.co.uk.